Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down the single most powerful mindset shift that can take a break-even poker player and turn them into a consistent winner.
All right, let's just jump right in. Before we can fix the problem, we've got to know what it is, right? What's that one thing that holds so many otherwise solid poker players back, just kind of treading water at break even?
And boom, here it is. The number one mistake, according to our analysis, is this: thinking about bluffing like it's some kind of special occasion, a high-risk move you only pull out when the stars perfectly align. That exact mindset is what's keeping you stuck.
This is the whole thing right here. The shift is so simple, but it is absolutely profound. You have to stop asking, is this a good spot to bluff? And instead you start asking, okay, given this situation, what are my bluffs here? You're moving from a passive hope to an active strategy.
Yeah, this quote just nails it. Bluffing isn't just another tool you can choose to use. If you want a strategy that's tough to play against, one that actually wins, bluffing has to be a mandatory part of your game plan. It's not a choice, it's a requirement.
So why is it mandatory? I mean, just think about it for a second. If your opponents know you only bet for a lot of money when you have a monster hand, well, why would they ever pay you off? They'll just fold every single time. It's your bluffs that create that doubt, that fear, and that's what gets your value hands paid.
Let's reframe this completely. The next time your bluff gets called, don't just see it as a loss. See it as an investment. You are literally paying for advertising at the table. You're showing everyone, hey, I'm capable of this. I'm not just sitting here waiting for aces. That little seed of doubt you just planted is going to pay you back with interest down the line.
This is what we could call the break-even player's fantasy. You just can't have it both ways. You can't live in a world where your opponents magically know to call your big value bets, but also magically know to fold to your bluffs. Winning poker forces them into difficult, guessing situations, not easy ones.
And here it is, the biggest objection, the mental block that stops so many people. This is great theory, but the guys in my game, they're calling stations. They never fold. Okay, let's completely dismantle that idea right now. Because look, here's the reality. A poker hand has multiple streets, and nobody calls 100% of bets on 100% of streets. It's just impossible. If you feel like you're always getting called on the river, the problem isn't your river bluff. The problem started way back on the flop or the turn. Your strategy on those earlier streets allowed your opponent to cruise to the river with a range that's just too strong to fold.
So your real goal isn't just to make a big river bet and cross your fingers. No. Your goal is to build your betting line across every street, flop, turn, and river in a way that keeps your opponent's range wide and weak and filled with hands that are put in an absolutely terrible spot when you make that final bet. You're setting up the river bluff on the flop.
Okay, that's the theory, and it's a powerful shift in thinking. But how do you actually use this at the table? Let's break down a practical action plan you can start using in your very next game.
Here's your roadmap. It's 4 key things. 1, you have to get in the habit of constantly asking, could this hand be a bluff? 2, you need to actively look for those spots where other players are scared to bluff. 3, be a predator. Find the players at your table who fold too much and attack them. And 4, you've got to do your homework away from the table. Review those tough spots with poker software.
And when you put all this into action, 2 incredible things start to happen. First, you start winning way more pots without even having to go to showdown. In your tracking software, you'll see your red line start to climb. And second, because now your opponents have to respect your aggression, they'll start calling you down with weaker hands, which means you get paid off way more often when you actually have it.
So let's wrap it up with this. The big takeaway here is not just that you should bluff, it's that you have to fundamentally change your internal monologue at the table. The question is no longer if you're going to bluff. The question is, what hands are you going to bluff with? Answering that question in every spot is the key that will unlock your potential as a truly winning poker player.
Start a live chat now to join one of our clubs or ask us any questions. Message at bluffingmonkeys24_7 on Telegram or visit bluffingmonkeys.com and start a live chat.